Yeah, welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live, Saturday night edition. Yes. And if you're ready for some sports talk, well, you're in the right place because we're going to bring it to you. That said...
No, man, you got to rhyme, bro. You got to rhyme.
What?
Come on, make it rhyme.
No, I'm not going to make it rhyme, man.
Make it rhyme, man.
Come
you
on,
had,
man. That's
you
not what I
had it.
do.
You had the avenue right there. All you had to do was make that rhyme, big baritone Bruce style.
You
man.
make
Come
it
on.
rhyme. How about you make
Come
it
on,
rhyme?
man. It's your segue.
Man, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. We got a pretty decent show for you. We are going to. Oh, that's what it is, Steve. What's going on, man? Okay, I that's why they went into the locker room. I thought the game was over. I got a little distracted with the big fight. My bad. So anyway, before we get started, first of all, let me say what's up to you, gentlemen. Transformer G, what's going on?
What's cracking?
All right. Good sports weekend so far. And matter of fact, what is that? You got Oregon and Ohio State getting ready to come on pretty soon here. So we got to make sure we tap in on that. But yeah, looking forward to a good show tonight. And what we're going to do, normally we do 4 topics. Tonight we're only going to do 3, but the 3 topics we have, I think, are pretty good. And so, yeah. But before we get to all that, you know what time it is. If you're here on YouTube and you haven't already, please make sure you go ahead, click that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us that like, that 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And finally, make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, set an alarm, do whatever you got to do to remember. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. we are live here on the Format Podcast, and we'll give you the opportunity to call in, talk to us, get at me. I love it. I can't. Yes. All right. So, man, like I said, we got some good topics here tonight. First, since it's football season, right? We're gonna get into some Brock Purdy. Then we're gonna talk a little college football with Shedeur Sanders, and finally, we're gonna finish it out with the main topic of the night, and that is who's better, LeBron James or Kobe Bryant? And on its face, I'm sure that might seem like a simple topic to a lot of people, but it's really not. And I know my main man Transformer is going to have a lot of fun with that. I think I know which way G is leaning on this, but we're definitely going to talk about it. We're going to hear from some NBA players, since they tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about because I ain't playing all that. So that's cool. So we're going to hear it straight from the mouths of some people who competed at the highest level and hear what they have to say about it. So let's go ahead and let's get to our first topic. I don't know why it was on that last one. But anyway, let's get to our first topic. And that's going to be Brock Purdy. So we know that football from high school all the way to the pros is a game. And we know that quarterback is the most important position in team sports, right? Quarterbacks touch the ball on just about every play. And if you don't have one, chances are you're not going to win. And so Brock Purdy, we know Mr. Irrelevant, very last pick in the draft, 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago? He played 2 years already.
Yeah.
Right. So very last pick in the draft. So with that, he was lucky enough to end up in a place where the system was in place, quality coaching, good weapons, and that is San Francisco 49ers, right? And so my thing is, the reason why I was thinking about Brock Purdy and I thought about this topic is because I've been a believer in Brock Purdy, right? I think that he doesn't get the respect he's due. I think he's a really, really good quarterback, and he's up for his extension next year, right? And you all know me. I'm not with this whoever's up next should get paid the most. However, I'm like, if you're better than the last guy, you should get paid more than him, right? And so absolutely, Laker Nation, you're right. He is proving he is not a system quarterback. Exactly. There's that bad narrative about him that he's a system quarterback. And I don't believe it's true. So anyway, Dak Prescott, as you all know, was the last guy to get paid. And he is the highest paid player in the history of the league, highest paid quarterback. And there are still fools out there that will tell you that Dak Prescott is better than Brock Purdy. Why they will tell you that? Because they drink the freaking They drink the they drink the Kool-Aid of the mainstream sports media and all the Cowboys fanatics out there. But if you look at it, Brock Purdy has been pretty much consistently better than Dak since he's been in the league. He's been in the league much less time and already has 5 career playoff wins? Yes, 5 career playoff wins. Dak's been in the league 8 years and has 2. And we can't say, well, Dak doesn't have talent around him because
10 Pro Bowlers last season. I don't want to hear that no more.
Led the league. Led the league in Pro Bowlers and All Pros. I think the last 2 years, matter of fact. So Dak has had talent around him, and that's not the only 2 times in his career that's happened, right? A lot of times we get on Jerry Jones about the way he builds teams or whatever, but he does have talent, right? So Sneed, I'm trying to tell you, man, there's a lot of people that are going to tell you that Dak is better than Brock Purdy. Trust me. It's the Cowboys thing, right? When you have the star on your helmet, it's like you get extra credit. So anyway, there's a lot of people that are saying, well, they're still arguing that Brock Purdy shouldn't get the quote unquote bag when he's up for his new deal. And I'm like, nah, he's done pretty much everything. If we're real here,
if Trevor Lawrence got it,
oh, that's a fact.
Brock Purdy should get it.
That's a fact.
Brock Purdy is way ahead on getting that bag, man. If Travis Lawrence can get that amount of money, what is it? Trevor Lawrence can get that amount of money. What was it? 250? 240?
More than that, I think. But yeah, he got a mega deal.
Brock Purdy's getting more than that. Brock Purdy's getting more than that. Brock Purdy has yet to not make an NFC Championship game.
Correct. That's correct.
I mean,
Justin Herbert got a rack of money.
That's what he has.
You know. That's right. So, Donnell Jackson, what's good. I like that. Purdy top 7. I definitely agree with you on that. Donnell, I think you're new too. So, do me a favor.
Oh, he's been here. He travels a lot. That's my brother.
Oh, okay. What up, Donnell? Good to see you, man. I appreciate you stopping in. If you haven't already, though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I appreciate you. And hit the share button. All y'all, hit the share button. It's powerful. But let me stop talking for a minute and I'll kind of go around. Let me start with you, G. You've been kind of quiet, man. What are your thoughts on Brock Purdy? And can we do this without bringing up Lamar Jackson?
You did it, man. Stop saying the key words. You can't bring up the key words. Those are key words. Don't bring up the key words. All right, go, G.
Let's see. Brock Purdy, he like you said, he inherited a bunch of Cadillacs, man. Like his team, that offense that he got is easily like a 92 offense on Madden, like easily. He got all the weapons to be successful, and so he should be, right? We saw this weekend how he was able to. Well, Thursday was it 2 days ago, 3 days ago? How he was able to dismantle the Seattle defense. I think one of us here had Seattle. I can't remember who.
It was me.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So we seen him dismantle Mike McDonald and that Seattle defense.
Yes, he did.
I mean, the boys played for him. You seen Debo in there. Even with CMC going down, he was still able to have another player step up, and I think he's leading the league now in rushing. So, I mean, the guy got the weapons to be successful and to get paid. I just think he's like still running the mill player where, how is he good without all of these weapons, right? Like that seemed to be where everybody's looking at. Like we starting to see a lot of other quarterbacks that don't have the weapons and they're not putting that production out. Josh Allen is one. See, I didn't mention Lamar. See that?
You just did.
I think he's definitely
Josh Allen's leading the league in QBR, but go ahead though.
What the hell is that?
It's quarterback rating.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay, never mind. I'm not even gonna go there with you today, Bruce.
Hey.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know what it is with you and Josh Allen, bro. I don't know what it is.
I know. Brock Purdy and Josh Allen is in your top 10. Those 2 quarterbacks is in your top 10.
Yeah,
they
without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah.
No, they are. I think they should be.
Yeah, Brock is not in my top 10, unfortunately.
Okay. Can you name your top 10?
I respect
if you don't mind me asking. Can you name it?
10? I can give you 5. I gave you 5 the other day.
You want give me top 10. You said top 10. So who's in your top 10 if Brock Purdy's not in it?
I'll answer that after I get finished this discussion. All right. I'll answer that later. We're gonna put that on the back seat.
Yes, sir.
But for right now, you can pretty much look at Brock Purdy as a guy that can make all the plays based off the weapons that he has. We haven't been able to see any different because he got amazing hands. He has amazing hands on his team. So I think he'll continue to be successful in this league. 2 years. Was it 2 years? What are we doing here?
I don't know. He put the Navy hat on, so
hey,
you know what.
Shouting out Sid Bubba, man, my shipmate out there. All right.
Okay.
My bad. A little distracted.
Go ahead. ADHD is a real thing. Go ahead.
Yo, y'all funny, man. Nobody invite me to battle, man. But then you be outnumbered there, sir. So
there it is. You know whose side you on.
I got him in the chat, bro. I got people holding me down.
Oh yeah, there it is. But that's all I got on that.
Okay. Transform. My bad. Sorry, G.
I mean, it's easy for me, man. Brock Purdy is definitely a top 10, arguably top 5 quarterback at this current moment. The kid has not yet made an NFC championship game. You could say that's because of talent. You could say that's because of coaching, but you put a lot of players in that situation. What is his name? Trey Lance, and not look good in that same system.
That's true.
Brock Purdy got drafted right along with him, the very last player in that draft, but yet the top 3 quarterback that got drafted looked awful in that system, and he couldn't produce in that system. So to say anybody can do it, it's just not realistic to me. We made that Dak Prescott comparison. Dak Prescott also inherited a great team. He inherited one of the best offensive lines in the game. He inherited drafting Ezekiel Elliott a couple of years later. So a terrific run game.
In the same year.
Was it the same year or the next year? I thought it was the following season.
Nah, they came in the same year.
Okay,
that's why to me it was crazy that Dak got Offensive Rookie of the Year when Zeke rushed for over 1,600 yards that season.
Oh, he was a freaking workhorse. Freaking workhorse. So when you have that type of production and yet you have not made it nowhere near a playoff win until the last couple of seasons where you finally won a playoff game, and you have 10 Pro Bowlers on that team, 10 Pro Bowlers. You lead the league in back-to-back seasons where you have all these weapons. I think Pro Bowlers are one hell of a weapon. To have on your team, and yet you got smacked both times. Yep. Brock Purdy cleaned up your mess. You know what I mean? So I think that shows a lot. And when you're talking about great quarterbacks, when we define great quarterbacks versus system quarterbacks, you look at certain aspects, right? We call the man a system quarterback. Okay, every quarterback is technically a system quarterback, except maybe one person in the NFL. I mean, you're on a team. You're with an offense. You have an offensive coordinator. You have a coach that has a system in play for you to succeed. So that's what he's doing. He's making this system work for him as well as it's working for Kyle Shanahan. Kyle. Kyle Shanahan.
I do that all the time too.
Father son confused. But you look at his play, right? He makes the throws. Can he make the back shoulder throw? Yes. Can he throw outside of the numbers? Yes. Can he throw inside of the numbers? Yes. Can he hit the seam? Yes. Can he check down? Yes. Can he throw it in the end zone? Yes. Can he throw it past 10 yards? Yes. Everything.
Is he deceptively athletic? Yes.
Is he deceptively athletic? Yes. Can he go get you a first down with his legs? Yes. Can he break a couple of tackles? Yes. He's done it year after year after year, right? Made a Super Bowl in his second season starting. That says a lot to me as a quarterback. Yes, you can have the weapons to make you look good. I believe his first season, he led the league and it was yak yards. And I was like, okay, so we gave him year 2. And this time it wasn't the yak yards. He was literally throwing the ball 15, 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards, and really throwing it on a dime. These receivers can run the best of routes. Look at Devontae Adams. He can run the best of a route that he can. But if you can't get him the ball, what's the point? You have to be able to make them throws. Brock Purdy has been doing that for 3 consecutive seasons, right? And I think he's earned his just due. He's earned his just due, in my opinion. Debo goes out, but guess what? He made Jawan Jennings like a freaking superstar. Jawan Jennings had 13 catches. I think it was like $160 in that game. That was Jawan Jennings. That's our 4th receiver on that team. You know what I mean? Correct. So I think he's done enough to where he's warranted that accolade. Like, hey, bro, you're good. Not only are you not only are you okay, you're better than average. You're really good. Like, you're arguably in people's top 5 if you was to break down these quarterbacks, which is, we'll say Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. And at that point, you're like, oh, okay, let's maybe the rookie Joe right Burrow,
now 1-4, so it's like
Joe Burrow's 1-4, so I'm like, I can't put him up there. His play is there. His defense is just awful. Baker Mayfield maybe, but at that point, you're having a conversation to where Brock Purdy is arguably in that top 5. He could definitely possibly take that 5th spot from somebody. You know what I mean? At this moment,
are we talking about the teams, or are we talking about the actual quarterback?
No, we're talking about the quarterback.
The quarterback.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, because if I would arguably put Joe in the top 5. It's just, I mean, he's losing, but he's losing on the defensive end. If you're looking at these football games, I mean, the man putting up 38 points, he loses by 41. I mean, he loses 41 to 38. I mean, he puts up 26. He loses 28, 26. Like, I'm not going to really put the onus on you, especially if you're not getting the ball back. And the ball, when the ball was in your hands, you left the game with a lead, and your defense fumbled it. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I really don't put that much on you as a quarterback.
I keep pointing towards that. Go ahead, G.
So the last time Joe Burrow and Purdy played together or played against each other, Joe Burrow won. The only AFC team that he was able to beat was the Steelers. So he's like 1-3, 1-4 against the AFC.
In his career?
In his career?
Yep.
AFC or AFC North?
AFC North.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, I'm pretty sure he played the AFC much more than that.
That could be matched up, but that's a great point, though.
The teams that he did beat wasn't really good teams. And
didn't he dismantle the Eagles? What was that last year?
That's NFC.
Eagles lost against the Bucs.
Well, I know that's NFC, but we're acting like that Eagles team wasn't 1 year removed from being in the Super Bowl. And he dismantled them.
And honestly, they made it to the Super Bowl because of Brock Purdy getting hurt. What was it? Hassan Reddick that knocked Purdy out of that game early?
Yep. And they were down to like the third string quarterback or something like that.
Josh Johnson? I think it was Josh Johnson.
Mm-hmm. And during that game, he got knocked out, and Christian McCaffrey had to play emergency quarterback.
They was in shambles, man.
Right. So realistically, Purdy would have been in the Super Bowl twice, and he might have a chip right now. Now, if it was the fifth, right? I think that's how the saying goes, but if it was the fifth. So I totally get it, but
Brock Purdy had a lead in the Super Bowl before Patrick Mahomes.
I keep saying it, right?
He did have a lead.
Yeah, he left the field with the lead, and nobody's saying that he's perfect. Nobody's saying he's the best quarterback in the league. My thing is, I find it a little bit disingenuous that he's never going to get the respect due until he wins a Super Bowl, right? And he's the last pick in the draft doing what he's doing. But even still, I have this feeling like even after he wins a Super Bowl, they're still going to say, well, he had all that stuff around him. He had a great coach, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, that's kind of how it goes. Real quick, was it Edward Jackson said something about he said, I heard you all talk about NFL Pro Bowl. My opinion, NFL Pro Bowl and NBA All-Star Game trash. We agree there.
Yeah, we're not talking about the game.
No, we're talking about just the talent in terms of selections around Dak Prescott. Yeah. And if you want to, we can move off of NFL Pro Bowl and we can use NFL All-Pro, which is a much better and more respected selection process. You make All-Pro, it means more than Pro Bowl. And Dak Prescott still had more All-Pros around him than any other team. So there's that. Didn't they compare Brock Purdy to Steve Young? I wouldn't. I wouldn't, but I don't really see that comparison, but he's really good. He's really good.
Same uniform, but
I wouldn't do that. He was one drive away from the Super Bowl. He couldn't get the TD. Mahomes did. Purdy is right there. Yeah, no, I got you, Sneed. He couldn't get the TD, but he did. I think he drove him into position. They got the field goal, so he did get points out of that drive. And again, when he left the field, he did his job. He got points for his team, and he left with the lead, and the defense couldn't hold up. So whether it's touchdown or field goal, the defense didn't hold up, and we can't blame Purdy for that. Now, is anyone trying to say that he's better than Mahomes? No, of course not. That would be
nobody in the league is better than that.
Nobody would fix their mouth to say that, but that doesn't mean that the dude is not real good.
He's 6-4 against AFC teams.
Say again?
6-4 against AFC teams.
Okay, so over 500, so that's not bad. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Okay, so I'm actually I was listening to the Herd with Colin Cowherd, and he and his co-host were actually playing a game called Better Than Brock, and this is interesting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this, and I'm going to stop it at certain points and kind of get you guys feedback on what you think about this. And I think for the most part they were right, but there was a couple of them I was like, man, get the hell out of here. But let's go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna go ahead and start now. Yep.
We'll play a little game here. We're gonna call it Better Than Brock with a question mark. You give me the quarterback, and all things considered. Now is this who do I think is better today? Not 10 years down the line. Just who do I think is better right now?
Right. I don't care about what's happened the last 5 years.
No. Right now.
Okay.
I don't even care about salary down the line. Right now.
Well, this should be quick.
Who do I think is the better quarterback?
Okay. Better than Brock. Is Dak Prescott better than Brock?
Yeah, Dak led the NFL in touchdown passes last year with one-star receiver, 36. So Dak is slightly better than Brock.
I'm going to stop it already. Dak Prescott is not better than Brock Purdy. He's absolutely not. No. Where is the production when you need it most? I don't know how all right, Dak Prescott is not better than Brock Purdy. Does anyone disagree with me on that?
No, I think I made my point very clear about the Dak Prescott comparison earlier. G, what you got?
Oh, no, not at all.
All right, cool. We'll continue.
It's not about last year. It's about right now.
No, but I mean, Dak is showing. I mean, we're only 5 games into this season. Dak played like hell and won this weekend. I didn't say back 5 years ago, but I'm looking at who you are now, and I have to at least look at last year to some degree.
Okay, is Sam Darnold better than Brock?
No, I would take Brock. Sam has a history of getting really, really reckless. Brock Purdy's a lot of things. Reckless is never one of them. Also, Sam gets hurt, and Brock Purdy doesn't get hurt.
Okay. Is Jared Goff?
Yes. Only Patrick Mahomes in the last 3 years has thrown for more yards than Jared Goff. Jared Goff's the number 1 pick for a reason.
So I'm going to agree with that there. I like Jared Goff a lot. I think that was fair. I think that Jared Goff is better than Brock Purdy. And I think in the same system, Jared Goff would probably have the same level of success. Jared Goff, Brock Purdy.
Jared Goff.
Cool. Anything to add before we put it back on?
Nope. You didn't ask Transformer.
Yeah, he did. I did.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't.
My bad. I'm bugging. Oh my goodness.
I was like, you did? I was like, wait, was I asleep, man?
I know, right? Jared Goff or Brock Purdy? Where you?
That's close. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely missed Jared Goff, and when I was naming off the top 5, Jared Goff in that offense of Detroit is doing one hell of a job. From the weapons that he has. Sir. Weapons wise, he arguably has, damn near what Brock Purdy has when you're looking at the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, man.
They're both doing a great game. I would take Goff slightly right now, but I would say it's close. I would say it's close.
I'm good with that. Goff. I agree.
Yeah.
Is Jordan Love better than Brock?
Yes, he's a better. He's a better athlete. He's got a better arm.
Yes,
he's got a better deep ball arm. He's a better athlete. Over the last 15 games, Jordan Love, 34 touchdowns, 10 picks, with a young receiving core and a rebuilt offensive line. And he doesn't have Kyle Shanahan engineering the first half plays.
I thought we had shifted, but I guess not. Is C.J. Stroud better than Brock?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd take C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud, again, had the pressure of being part of a rebuilding franchise. He didn't get the Mercedes. He got like a used Prelude and said, hey.
What do you have against Honda?
I got nothing, but he didn't get, here's a Mercedes, kid, don't hit the garage door. He got an old car.
Okay. Is Tua Tagovailoa better than Brock?
No, I'd take Brock. He's healthier, and I think he's more athletic, and I think he's healthier.
This is the first real tough one. Is Jaden Daniels?
Yes.
All right, let me stop it right there. He didn't even. Yes,
didn't even let him finish.
Right.
He could have said Jaden Williams.
Right.
He didn't even say Daniels yet.
Yeah.
Oh man, I like that. I do like that. As I said earlier, I was talking to Gino about my top 5. At that 5th spot, you're arguably putting that kid there. Like I said, the point of this question is right now. Now, we're talking week 5. No, we're coming up on week 6 in the NFL. Right now, quarterback play. Who's playing better? That kid Jaden Daniels is looking amazing, bro.
Oh yeah, he's a problem.
He's looking amazing. You know what I mean? From running the football, making better decisions as the game gets a little bit more slower for him as he's catching up to the speed of the NFL. That man he's doing great. But right now, I would still put Brock over him. Right, I would still put Brock over him in that sense. But Jaden Daniels,
can we see a little more?
Yeah, look out! I think if you're still playing like this by week 10, week 12, okay, let's have this conversation again. But it's week 5. It's only been 5 games. Teams get more tape. The games get a little bit more tougher against them. Like I said, he just played the Browns. I could look good playing quarterback against the Browns, and look good in that game. But yeah, I think I like what Snead just said. Jaden Daniels, it's just too soon. It's too soon right now. Yeah,
I'm good with that. That's okay. All right. Let's go on.
Yes, Jaden Daniels is a significantly better athlete.
Thank you, Jaden.
You cannot watch Jaden Daniels and not have this opinion. He looks a lot like Lamar Jackson. Who do I look at with Brock and say he looks a lot like? There is no comp.
Tom Brady. We've been over this. He's a little shorter Tom Brady. Is Bo Nix better than Brock?
Slightly, yeah.
Oh, wait. What?
He's a more accurate thrower.
Bo freaking Nix. Bo Nix better than Brock Purdy? See,
no, we didn't hear that right. Can you rewind that? No, he
absolutely.
Didn't say that.
He didn't say that. He said that.
Is Bo Nix better than Brock?
Slightly, yeah.
Oh, wait. What?
He's a more accurate thrower collegiately.
All right, turn this off. I don't need to hear no more. I'm kind of done here. I'm kind of done here, bro.
When I heard that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
What is he talking about?
So I think a lot of that comes from two places, right? Colin Cowherd he's very open about saying being a West Coast guy. He loves the Pac-12 or what used to be the Pac-12. So he's got some kind of homer bias towards that. And also he's close with Sean Payton. And Sean Payton has been texting him about Bo Nix for a while now. And so I think that informs his opinion of what he sees regarding Bo Nix. That's what I think.
What opinion? What are you seeing? I don't care what the hell Sean Payton is telling me about practice, what he's looking at in practice. Like, oh man, the kid looks like he's going to be phenomenal. Cowherd, the question was right now, now, who looks better? Bo Nix barely got what 17 points. I think his last game was like by far his best game.
Yeah, it was. It was. Nah, Bruce, I got to disagree with you. Bo Nix will not be better than Brock Purdy. I see what you're not Brock Purdy.
Be better, and right now, who is better is two totally different things, Bruce.
He won't be better.
I mean, even though I don't have a crystal ball. I can't look into the future. Will be better, but who is better right now? The question is right now, who's better? Right. No, Bo Nix is nowhere near. He's not even in the top 20.
I agree.
I agree.
All right, moving right along.
G, what you got?
To settle in,
he's slightly better than.
Go ahead.
Slightly
I'm sorry.
better than Bo. Oh,
slightly.
Yeah, he got a jab at us.
Yeah, G don't like Brock Purdy. No, G, he has a right to his opinion. I think he's definitely much better than Bo Nix. I don't think it's a slightly.
Nah, I don't think it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know where this Bo Nix stuff
just
comes from.
heard the weapons, man. He didn't heard a lot of weapons, man. He had
so Transformers said the same thing though, that and that's fine, but Transformers said the exact same thing. What's his name? Trey Lance inherited the same weapons, and they got him up out of there, right? Brock Purdy did a good job, and they got him up out of there.
Who's measuring him to Trey Lance?
He got drafted with him.
You just said inherited the weapons. Trey Lance inherited the same weapons.
They two different players though. We talking about Brock Purdy. Not talking about Trey Lance.
But you just said inherited the weapons. So by saying that, you're insinuating that the reason he's good is because of what's around him.
But I never said Trey Lance was better than him. And or in the same I never said any of those things. So I get what you're saying, but I'm telling you.
You said
that. Okay, all right, great. As long as we got that understanding, it's cool.
All right. Let's keep going. This was a really interesting segment. I enjoyed it. That's why I brought it for the show.
He didn't inherit all these Kittle and Debo and Ayuk and all these wonderful toys to play with. He's basically got Cortland Sutton and cross your fingers. Bo Nix is on a heater. And again, CJ Stroud, Bo Nix, they have the responsibility to rebuild a team. They don't get the luxury seating day one.
So I just want to be clear. Bo Nix is better than Brock Purdy.
Yes.
Okay. Is Trevor Lawrence better than Brock Purdy?
If he was on, if both were on the market, you take Trevor Lawrence. Bigger, more athletic, better arm.
He's changing the freaking argument.
If he was on the market,
he's changing the argument. He's truly changed the argument when he started the argument. He's changing the debate. The debate is not who you want, who you're gonna mentor, who you're gonna pick up. The question was, who's the better quarterback right now? Trevor Lawrence and Bo Nix don't even belong in this conversation. They don't.
Listen, I'm with you.
They don't belong in this conversation.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Oh my, I'm getting frustrated the more this goes on.
I'm with you.
I'm over here. I'm trying to figure out what are we looking at? Are we looking at football games? Or are we looking at predictions? Like that's what I think he's looking at.
I thought the whole thing was who's better right now. That was
right
what
now
I understood to be,
I think what happens is people looking at total body of work.
Total body of work.
Yeah, and much the Bruiser Sue statement that he got there, he does struggle when he doesn't have all his weapons.
So if you go and look at, what was it, 2 games ago, he didn't have Debo, he didn't have Kittles, obviously he didn't have C-Mac, and he got busy in that game. Because I remember it being a thing like, I guess we're gonna see what Brock Purdy does without all his weapons, and he did it. So
he found his receiver and he cooked.
Right,
Who was he
exactly.
Who was he playing? Who was he playing?
I think it was the Rams. Was it the Rams? Was that the Rams game?
I'm not sure who it was. I'd have to check. But I mean, regardless, the point is now you're looking for a reason to say, oh, that's why he did that. We can't make the argument, well, he got all the weapons, and then when he gets busy without the weapons, who is he playing against? No. That's not what your argument was.
It's a team, bro. The Rams made it close. I remember that game. It was a close game.
Yeah, it was 27-24.
Yeah,
right.
That was a close one.
Right. So I mean, it's the general premise though that, oh well, he's got all the weapons. Well, he didn't have them, and he still did his work. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a fact.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and stop Cowherd here before people start freaking
before
out.
I catch an aneurysm.
Right.
Does he say anything else outlandish after this? I'm curious.
I don't think he said anything else outlandish.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but for me, the main ones were Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, and Dak Prescott, and I'm like, huh? No.
See, Dak Prescott. At least with Dak Prescott, there's somewhat of a regular season argument, right?
Yeah,
you have a regular season argument there. Trevor Lawrence, you ain't got no argument. Bo Nix, you clearly don't have an argument. Bo Nix is like, I don't know. It kind of
he's but Cowherd's been in love with Trevor Lawrence from the beginning, and Bo Nix, so
he must be in super love with Bo Nix. We're talking about the same guy who won a freaking football game with 60 yards of offense. Like, go on, man. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. No.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this topic, and I'll get finishing comments from you all after this. But my thing is, I really feel like Brock Purdy doesn't get the respect he deserves. I don't think he's going to get it until he wins a championship. And I believe that even if he wins a championship, they're still going to say, well, he had all this and had all that. Now that he's paid and they have to break the team up, let's see what he does. And I'm going to be like, come on, man. But, that's just what it is, right? That's how people see it. So,
Tom Brady never had those weapons. He never had the weapons that
say again, G?
Tom Brady never had the weapons that
but Tom Brady's a great.
But he also had a top 5 defense.
He never had those weapons. Yeah, you can say that. I'm just stating the fact. He never had those weapons.
I'm just stating the facts. They won most of their games because they
had an outstanding defense. We're just talking about the offensive side of the game right now. We're not talking about the defensive side. And so from an offensive standpoint, Tom Brady never had those weapons that Brock Purdy has.
What's the conversation that we're having then?
They all said the same thing about Tom Brady. That he wasn't I guess I don't know.
That he was the system quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh, got you. I was trying to figure out where that came from.
What's crazy though, Tom Brady, you're right. He didn't have those weapons in New England. As soon as he got Randy Moss, he blew the record books away. So I mean, and I'm not, of course,
maybe you should be blowing the record books away, but it's not happening.
I mean,
I don't think he needs to be a good quarterback. The conversation is whether he's a good quarterback. He's definitely a good quarterback. He's shown it. Yeah, what more does the kid have to do? It's not his fault. It's not his fault. He got drafted there. He was the last pick of the draft. At this point, I shouldn't even be in the fucking football game.
Right. Everybody is saying the same thing, that he's a good quarterback. Nobody's saying he's not a good quarterback. They just, hypercritical about him and Bo Nix. It seemed like y'all almost blew a gasket when somebody said,
"Yeah," because it's not even close.
Because that was absurd.
It's dumb.
Yeah, that's
First
ridiculous.
of all, that man only played 5 games in the NFL. In the number, okay, let me pull up his numbers real quick.
Yeah,
5 games in the NFL, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do? Like, explain. Like, how am I comparing him with Brock Purdy already? Jaden Daniels, when we're talking about quarterbacks right now, there's an argument right now. The man is the only quarterback. Well, I think the first quarterback to reach 1,000 yards and 250 yards on the ground in the first 4 games. That's incredible, right? Team looks good. He's 4-1.
Yes.
Like,
so there's an argument.
There's
if
an
you
argument.
want to make an argument there, that's cool. Right.
Yeah. Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, yeah. Nah.
They won a game with him only throwing the ball for 60 freaking yards in a football game. His defense is winning those football games, man.
Correct.
Not him.
Correct.
He's not winning those football games.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. That's absurd. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the number in the chat. Y'all know what time it is. 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. Give us a call. Give us your thoughts on Brock Purdy, and what you think of him, kind of where he stands in the league, whether it's right now or since he's been in the league. I think he's very good. I do think he's a top 10 QB. Probably not top 5, but I think if you're saying right now, he might be a top 5. If you're saying since he's been in the league, I believe he's top 10. That's my opinion. Sneed says Gronk goes down as a top tight end in league history. Yeah, probably 1 or 2. Hernandez would have been. Yep. There you go. He was insane. Correct. I agree. I think when people say weapon Sneed, they probably look at, the elite guys on the outside.
Receivers.
Yeah.
Receiver, CMC, freaking backup. You look at Kittles. Brandon Ayuk, Debo. Yeah.
Nah, he got a plethora of weapons, but to me, man, it's about what you do with the weapons, right? Like you could also you could still play bad with them. You know what I mean? You can make bad throws. You can still be out there making the wrong decisions, holding the football too long, throwing the football too soon. Struggling with scrambling situations. There's a lot of ways to mess up. I've seen plenty of quarterbacks that have great weapons on the offensive side of the ball and still not even make the NFC Championship game. That's 2 times in a row.
Or the AFC Championship. Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? So, like, he's done that. So I got to give him credit where credit's due.
Yeah, absolutely.